Welcome to an episode of Barman Saturdays, and this week I decided to take a look at Pippi Saves the Old Folks Home, the 12th entry in the series. I still find it a bit weird they go 1, 3, 2, and 12 when it comes to the order they show the episodes in, but the fact that episode 12 is included with a batch that includes, the first 3 episodes feels especially weird. I mean, I don't know if someone thought that was their best foot forward or what with this DVD. I mean, usually if you have odd collections of episodes, there's some sort of theme they have going for them. Like with My Little Pony, you might have, these are all episodes in the Crystal Empire, or some other theme that connect the episodes together, even if they're not in sequential order at all. So I'm not sure what they were thinking here, because there's no real theme to tie this episode with the other 3 episodes. And this episode itself feels like a bit of a different beast from the first 3 episodes. It feels related, it's not so different from the other episodes that doesn't, feel like it couldn't be part of the series, but it places a much higher emphasis on the wordplay humor than the other episodes do. Probably because we have Pippi and the old folks go to a town council meeting. So Pippi starts taking words from some of the council members that, obviously want to force the old folks out of their current residence into the new apartment complex, and takes their words and turns them against them to push their own political position that the old folks want to stay where they're at.
Mr. Chairman, I object.
So do I. And so do all the old folks. They object to moving.
Order! Order!
Well, so I can definitely enjoy that stuff. And it's nice to see an episode that talks about politics, I suppose, that's geared towards kids in the first place. Even if it takes a more comedic approach to politics, because that's what's at stake here, a political debate, over the old folks wanting to stay, in their current residence that's falling apart versus them moving into a new apartment complex built by the town's chairman, who really wants to profit off those old people. And, put them in a position where they'll be less outside and visible, because they're no longer going to have a garden or a front lawn where they can sit outside, in rocking chairs and stuff and be seen. He's like, I want them, to be invisible, because, they're unsightly old people or whatever. And of course, he builds his apartment complex in a bad spot, but when he first opens it, Pippi, is bringing the old folks there, but before they get there, they start talking about how, well, they don't have any other option but to go there, and Pippi's like, well, yeah, you do. You can move in with me for a while. So that's what they do. They move in with Pippi, so the town chairman goes there to start protesting. He's like, I'll pass a law making this illegal. I don't know exactly what law he could pass. That would make, allowing some people to move into your house with you, but, more power to him, I guess. But while he's there, the cops show up and basically tell him, yeah, your apartment complex is starting to crumble and fall into its own foundation, and there's some kids on the roof.
It was important, too.
Well, what is it?
Oh, don't worry. It'll come to me.
It wasn't about the policeman's ball, I'm sure of that.
There is no policeman's ball this year.
Just as I thought.
I've remembered. The hill caved in under your new building, and it's about to fall down.
Good remembering, Clang.
Which causes the chairman to eventually freak out because he realizes the only kids that were nearby were his kids, so they're on the roof of a building that's about to come down. So he rushes back to town to see what people are doing to try and save them. And Pippi catches a ride with him. She's like, you can't leave me out of this excitement, I gotta see the show. I don't know what would be so enjoyable about watching a building collapse with, kids on the roof, but of course Pippi goes in there to save them because the adults are too incompetent, to bring a tall enough ladder or
Do something.
Right. I'm taking charge. These are your orders. Do something!
We could fill out an emergency rescue form.
No, I mean get them down! Now!
Oh, that. Right. Raise the ladder! We'll have them down in a jiffy. Or maybe 2 jiffies.
I knew we should have ordered a bigger ladder.
go in the building themselves and risk their own lives. So she climbs up a tall tree, gets up onto the roof, and then just jumps down, because, let's face it, She's a crazy monkey girl. Obviously, jumping, 3 stories onto cement isn't gonna break her legs. She lifts horses with one hand. Obviously, she can take, fall damage too, right? So she asks the chairman's wife, she offers her a favor to just fix the old folks' home up for them because they want to stay there. And she's like, yes. And the chairman's like, I don't agree to this. And she just turns on. She's like, do it. So the old folks eventually get, to return to their residence, and it's as good as old. So everyone's happy, except for the chairman, who really wanted to build that new apartment complex. Next time he should pick a better location, I guess. Until next time, then. See ya.
Yoo-hoo,